Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rohan. This is my platform where I do fight sports related content. If you're new here, want to help me grow my platform, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and maybe hit that notification bell so you get updated every time I upload a video. Anyways, with that said, in this video I'll be breaking down the upcoming welterweight world championship fight between Nigeria's Kamaru Usman, well technically America's Kamaru Usman, and Gilbert Burns, the Brazilian fighter. Two welterweights who are at the top of the world, and guys that are just streaking and coming into this fight have so much hype about them. For Kamaru Usman, he's looked virtually unstoppable in his UFC run. He's gone, what, 12-0 in the UFC now, and he's won the Ultimate Fighter, he's won the world titles, defended it a couple of times, and he's taken out some of the best guys in the welterweight division. And he fights Gilbert Burns, a guy on a undefeated run at welterweight, a guy on a great win streak right now, 6 in total, and a guy who had a lot of success down at 155 as well. So this is a really important fight. Guys that have essentially cleared out the welterweight division in a way, with the exception of each other, and this is an important fight for both of their legacies as well. For Kamaru Usman, he wants to have an emphatic win after his fight with Jorge Masvidal, which was kind of seen as a snooze fest by a lot of fans, you know, the more casuals, shall we say, guys that didn't enjoy the foot stomping, the cage holding, but unfortunately that might be one of the keys to his success in this fight. Anyways, with that said, let's get into this fight and break it down. Kamaru Usman is still in his physical prime and his athletic prime at 33 years old. He hasn't shown no signs of slowing down. Actually, he looks to be an improved fighter every fight. As is the case with Gilbert Burns, who's just a year older at 34 years old. Both of these guys are coming into their own. I think we've got loads of potential left for both of these guys to do loads of great things in the welterweight division. So they're meeting at a great time. Kamaru Usman has a professional record of 17 wins and 1 loss. Gilbert Burns is 19 and 3. The difference, of course, is that Kamaru Usman has been in many championship fights, whereas Gilbert Burns has only been in the main event spotlight more recently. Although his last fight was a 5-rounder, he showed no signs of slowing down throughout the course of it, and experience shouldn't be a factor in this fight. Kamaru Usman stands at 6 foot tall, which makes him 2 inches taller than the 5'10" Gilbert Burns, and he has a 76-inch reach, which gives him a 2-inch reach advantage over the 74-inch reach of Gilbert Burns. Now, let's describe their styles. Kamaru Usman, we know him as a pressure wrestler. He likes to hold guys against the cage and take them down from there. He likes to beat them up. He likes to wear on them, and over a 25-minute fight, he gets stronger as the fight goes on. He's very, very dangerous. When it comes to his striking, he's not technically polished, but he does have some raw power and raw talent in his stand-up. He's not a crisp striker by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a good striker. He's very effective at what he does. Gilbert Burns is, of course, a world championship level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner who's had a lot of success in the world of BJJ, but on the feet is where he does a lot of good work. He's got good power in both his hands, and he's got emphatically improved stand-up from the time he got KO'd by Dan Hooker at 155, and actually that fight might have been a wake-up call for him to step up his game, and now we're seeing a much improved version of Gilbert Burns. So sometimes a loss can really help you shore up your weaknesses in the fight game. But to describe his style in a roundabout way, he's an all-round fighter who's dynamic and dangerous in every facet of the game. The key wins for Kamaru Usman, he's got tons of key wins. You know, he's obviously been around in the UFC for a long time, but if we look at his more recent ledger, he's obviously taken out Damian Maia, Rafael dos Anjos. He beat Tyron Woodley to win the belt. He beat Colby Covington to stop his run and silence him for a little bit anyway. And then, of course, he beat Jorge Masvidal in his most recent outing. For Gilbert Burns, he's got a pretty damn good resume himself, considering he's only had 4 fights at welterweight. His welterweight wins include the likes of Tyron Woodley, Damian Maia, Gunnar Nelson, and a guy that I actually respect a lot in Alexei Konchenko, who I think is a very, very talented fighter, and Gilbert Burns was able to get a pretty good win over him. The X factor for this fight for Kamaru Usman is going to be his size and his strength. His ability to hold Gilbert Burns in place is going to be very important for him in this fight. And the X factor for Gilbert Burns is going to be the fact that he's so dangerous everywhere. On the feet, he's got power. On the ground, he's got that world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is going to be a tough fight for Kamaru Usman. With that said, let's get into the prediction. This is a fight that is kind of hard to break down, because when you're looking at this fight, you're looking at two worlds. You're looking at the stand-up realm, where I think Gilbert Burns is a little more crisp, a little more smooth, and the ground game where Kamaru Usman is stronger and able to hold Gilbert Burns in place, but he might get submitted because Gilbert Burns is so good. Gilbert Burns has also shown good takedown defense, a good takedown in his own right, so it's not fair to just write him off just because Kamaru Usman has got great wrestling. But Kamaru Usman is so durable, so versatile, and so able to defend submissions and takedowns. He's able to hit hard. and the fact that he's willing to get hit to land a shot and he's getting more and more confidence in his strikes makes him very, very dangerous all round in this fight. If I'm to predict how this fight goes, I'm going to think that Gilbert Burns is going to want to come out and engage on the feet because he's going to be confident that even if he gets taken down, he's fine. The problem is that I don't think that Kamaru Usman is going to necessarily come out and engage him on his terms. I think he's going to be very smart about how he strikes, and when the opportunity presents himself, he's going to tie him up in a clinch and hold him against the cage. I think therein lies Kamaru Usman's path to victory, and we've seen this fight with Jorge Masvidal. He's quite happy to hold you against the cage and beat you up there, stomp on your feet, land some body shots, some knees, maybe some elbows at close range, and do his damage there. We know he's okay with doing that to get a decision for 25 minutes. We've seen that, we know that. For Gilbert Burns, the struggle's going to be, and this is going to be the first fight, in my opinion, we're going to see what it's like for him to be in there with a true top-tier welterweight. Now, of course, he was in there with Tyron Woodley, but Tyron Woodley employs a tactic where he likes to put his back in the cage, and I think with Kamaru Usman, you're going to get a completely different fighter. You're going to get a big, massive welterweight who's pushing that weight on you, and now we're going to see how he's transitioned to 170. And I think he's had a good transition, to be fair, but I think today, well, not today, but this is going to be his true test. I think what we're going to see is Kamaru Usman be smart and negate the stand-up. He's going to avoid all the big exchanges early, and he's going to keep tying him up in a clinch and hold him. Gilbert Burns will try to take him down. I don't think he's going to have any success. I don't think this will be an exciting fight, and if you're a casual fan of mixed martial arts, I don't think this is the kind of fight you want to be watching. But I think for the hardcore, it's going to be a really interesting game of inches, dynamics, and grappling intricacies that's going to play out on the cage. That's going to depend how this fight is played out. Now, don't get me wrong. On the feet, Kamaru Usman can get clocked and get KO'd. And even in the clinch, he could get taken down and he could get submitted. We've seen Kamaru Usman slow down in rounds 4 or 5. Maybe Gilbert Burns has himself in a position cardiovascular-wise to be able to outlast him for 3 rounds and then just put it on him in the 4th and 5th. But based on what I've seen, I don't think that's going to happen. So now, to give you guys my official prediction, I'm predicting a boring fight. I'm predicting Kamaru Usman's defensive early and looking to clinch, hold, and push Gilbert Burns against the cage. Against the cage where he shines for 25 minutes, and I think that's how he wins the fight. I'm going with Kamaru Usman for my official prediction in this. I'm not certain on this one, though. Gilbert Burns has his opportunities, but it's about as confident as I've been on any of my recent predictions. Might be wrong, but it's going to be very interesting to see, and the fallout of the welterweight division afterwards, and maybe even what Gilbert Burns can learn from this, because he's 34 years young. That's not an old age at all, especially if you looked after yourself. So it's going to be very, very fun. Anyways, guys, why don't you guys comment below? Let me know how you guys see this fight going. Let me know if you're looking forward to this fight, because I am looking forward to this fight a lot. I'm very excited about this fight, despite what I said about it not sounding on paper as the most exciting fight. Like I said, that's hardcore. There'll be a lot of stuff that we'll enjoy, and let's face it, anyone watching this video is a hardcore. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'm Rohan, and this is Mind for Combat.